Hey everybody, it's Barb. How are you this Wednesday? It is hump day. We're halfway through the week. I have an amazing project that I hope you'll join me for, and it's going to be auctioned off for Watts of Love. So let me give you my desktop, and then we'll put that up in the corner. Okay, so I was totally inspired this last few days. Over the weekend, I was at a Penner's conference representing chalk, and they had the most beautiful design that I am going to try and replicate. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous, but what this is right here that I'm doing on is this is mixed media paper. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, probably even other craft stores, Walmart maybe even. But it's a mixed media, and it's nice and heavy, and it's also got a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not super duper. It's just a nice texture. So if you're on, would you say hello? I'm going to see if I can get comments up here and bring those over that way. All right, so I have our beautiful etched butterfly design. I have already used it once, but since I'm using it on this paper, I am going to still fuzz it. Now, you're going to have to forgive my voice a bit. I still am struggling after the weekend. Okay, so I'm going to put that one right there. Oh, no, I lied. I want this one. And the reason I want this one is because this one has a little bit more open space. And you'll see why that's going to be important here in a second. So I'm going to put that one there. And then this one's going to go in the center. And that's just a little bit crooked. Actually, I think it's okay. And then this one's going to go at the top. And I'm kind of a eyeball it kind of girl. So boop, boop. I feel like this one needs to go just a little bit lower. And maybe we'll do these two first and then put the middle one on. So I'm going to use some of my black chalk paste, and I'm going to scrape this across. Again, this is mixed media paper. Boy, that doesn't feel straight. That's the only trouble when you cut around. Your cuts can be deceptive. Okay, we're just going to go with it. But this will be up for auction for Watts of Love. And so if you'd like to bid on it, the bidding will be open through Friday night. I'm just going to scrape this on all the way across in black. I'm starting to get low on my black, but the chalk paste just goes such a long way. Okay, I'm going to scrape that thin. And make sure I don't have anything on my fingers. I don't want to get the paper. I'm going to use my little, oh, I don't have a detail tool that has the little pokey end. I'm going to use a little. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful detail. I love it. All right. Now, I'll do this one up here, and I am just going to place it right there. I think I'll get a little bit smaller squeegee, get in here in my jar, a little easier. Again, just scraping my chalk paste across. All right, and I'll wash those later. And then we're going to put this one in the center. That looks good. And scrape my chalk paste across. And this all by itself would be really beautiful. Just this black and white. But wait till you see what we're going to do. And this is a technique you can do on quite a few transfers anytime you have some open space. Okay, we're going to set that over to the side. And I'm going to peel up this last one. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of other little things. I'm going to wait on that. Okay, now what we need to do is dry. So we're just going to dry this, and I'm not seeing any comments, so my apologies if you're on and commenting and I'm just not seeing it. Let me try and bring them up again. Not seeing any comments. All right, so we're going to get this dry. And it shouldn't take too long being on this paper. So pretty. Aren't the details of this just crazy? Just crazy. Okay. So let me turn this around here for a second. I'm going to show it to another camera that I'm taking video with. Now, what we're going to do next is magic. Okay, I've got some chalk paste. I'm going to use yellow and orange peel. And here's the interesting thing. My orange peel is getting kind of dry. I really need to get it, do something with it. But it's not going to matter because actually what I want is just a wash. Kind of like a watercolor. So I'm dipping my brush in some water. And here's the cool thing. If somehow I don't like what I've done, I can always redo it because all I'm using is some paper. And we're just going to watercolor a little in here with a brush. And so I've dipped my brush in the water and then onto the chalk paste, and it becomes like a watercolor. And I can darken it up by putting more chalk on there. Okay, let's do this side now. And I've just got a round tip brush. And I'm trying to match on each side what I'm doing. Because those butterflies are symmetrical. God made them so amazing. Now I'm trying to stay within the lines, but it's not perfect, and that is okay. these all down here. And then here I am going to try really hard not to go over that black edge. It's kind of like paint by numbers. And this is not a fancy brush or anything. Now I think I want to go back and darken some of this up at the bottom. And so I'm going to go over with a second coat just to make it a little more vibrant. All right, it is looking beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush in my water, and we're going to, again with just a wet brush, I'm going to dip it into my yellow, kind of stir it around, and then we're going to do up top with the yellow. Now you could do this on watercolor paper too, that would be really pretty. I just happen to have this multimedia paper. So that's what I'm doing it on. And so you can see where I'm going to go with the rest of these butterflies. And do some different colors. All right. That looks pretty good. Get my brush wet again. Dip into my chalk paste. Okay, so Watts of Love, I try to do a Watts of Love Wednesday project where I bid, or I put an item up for bid so that we can raise money for this amazing, amazing charity that provides light to places that have no electricity. And it costs $50 a light, but that light will serve 7 people in a family, and 7 lives will be drastically changed because of that light. Let's put a little yellow there. Okay. Ooh, look how beautiful that is. So, so pretty. Just like that. Now, I don't know, can you see a little bit of where I've gone over the edge? You probably cannot on camera, but I can see it, and I don't like it. So we're going to try something here. I'm going to get this all dry. And now we're going to match this up right back on top and go over it again in black. And it's just like matching up a puzzle piece. There we go. So I'm going to dip in here and go right back over it. Now, if you were super careful, you probably wouldn't need to do this. But I kind of want to show that by doing 2 layers, you don't have to be super careful. Although it looked really beautiful. And to be honest, I'm experimenting as much as anything. I want to see how this technique works. And hopefully the end result will be good enough to auction off. And I did not rinse in between or clean my transfer. Okay. I am going to need to clean my fingers. Get them free of chalk paste. Okay, let's see what we have now. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. So, so beautiful. You guys, now that black went over the black area and it just looks stunning. So, so pretty. Let me see if I can see comments anymore. Still no comments. If you are on, could you just say hello so I could see if I could see a comment? Okay, so we're done with the orange and the yellow. Next, we're going to move up here to this next butterfly. And we're going to do, I've got tied. Ooh, that's icky. Let me clean that out. Actually, I'll just set it over there. Still going to work fine. Tied and Couture Teal. And once again, I'm going to dip my brush into water. And then into the chalk paste. And just paint. And you could get as creative as you wanted to. I think I'm gonna do those parts and I'm gonna turn this around. And we're gonna do this top part in this pretty tide color. Okay, that looks beautiful. I'm just using the same brush. It's just a round, it's a round number 4 if you want specifics, but I just grabbed what I thought would work well. Okay, I think we'll switch over to our Couture Teal. So again, just getting my paintbrush wet and then kind of doing a little circle in the chalk paste, dabbing the edge a little so it's not quite as loaded up. And then we're just going to, I do want to try not to go over the black on the outside edge. If I go over it on the inside, it's okay, because remember, I'm going to go right back over top. But obviously on the bottom of the design, see, I'm not even going to worry about going over these little black pieces here. We're just going to go over it. And then go over it here. You could do this on a chalkboard as well, this technique, this watercolor technique. You know, I'm going to go back and grab some of this yellow in here just to, I think that'll pop a little more underneath here. So I'm going to go back in with yellow all in here. this side. Okay, that looks beautiful. Once again, I'm going to try and show you how I've gone over the black lines, and it looks a little messy that way, but it's going to be fine once I go back over the top. Just have to get it dry. All right, and then we'll take that design, match it up. Let's see, it's easiest if you get the antenna. Okay. Scoop into this black. And go right back over the top. To give that second outline so that it will be a nice finished edge. Oh, that just makes it so stinking beautiful. So pretty. Okay, the top. Any guesses as to the colors I'm going to use? I am going to use purple tones. I've got Fig and Wisteria. Okay, make sure my brush is clean, although my water is dirty. And just gonna dab, excuse me, to my Fig. Get some of that loaded up. I think I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna do the darker tone on the top. And then the lighter tone on the bottom. And if you dip into it a little bit more, you can pick up a darker color, just like watercoloring. The more watered down it is, the lighter the color will be. And the more you put on. There you go. Okay. Now we'll do our Wisteria. We're going to do all down in here. Again, I don't want to go over the bottom part of outside the butterfly. I guess that's the best way. It's okay if I'm going over some on the inside, but on the outside I have to make sure. And this is going on a little different than the other ones. I don't know. I think I just got it a little thick there. Might go back with my brush and thin it down. Just do some nice swirls. Turn it around here so that I've got somewhat of a pattern to my swirls. And I'm going to get some of the purple up in here. It's light, so you won't see it a whole lot, but okay. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I can't stand it. Okay, I'm gonna dry this now. And I'm not loving the way that bottom of that looks, so I'm just going to get my brush clean and slightly damp and kind of blend it a little bit more. There we go. Let it dry. Back over it once again, just like we did the others, just lining this up perfectly. Ooh, that one was a little easier, probably because it was smaller. And then getting in here with my black chalk paste to go over it again. That will cover up where I went over the black lines with the paint. And here we go. Oh, just gorgeous. Looky, looky. Isn't that so, so pretty? I think it's just beautiful. Okay, we're not done. Let me show you what else we're going to do. I'm going to take another piece of paper. Same deal. It's, if you missed at first, it's mixed media paper. And I still have not washed this out. We're going to go back over it. In the black. Make sure I don't touch the paper since I'm getting some on my fingers. Anybody guess what I'm going to do? Okay, I really have to wash these fingers off. I didn't bring a wet rag, but I've got a spray bottle and a towel, so that will work. Almost. I was like, I don't need a wet rag. Well, actually, I did. Okay, so we're going to peel up. And now this is starting to look a little sketchy there because we've done it so many times, but that's okay. I'm actually completely okay with that. Now, I lost one of my transfers. Don't know what I did with it. Okay, here's our second one. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's set that in there. Peel this one back. Now, where did the one I just have go? Where's my little one? Okay. Did I drop it? Oh, here it is on the floor. That's where it went. Okay, now it's got fuzz on it. It'll still be okay. Okay. And then we'll pull this one back. All right, that looks great. Now, a couple other things that go with this set are some little things here that are really, this is like a stamped piece. And there's this number 34 here. Get this out of the way. Okay, then I have one little mistake there of just a little bit of ink that got on the edge there. We can't have that, so we're going to hide it. Actually, I really don't need to use this huge one. I can go back and use this little one here. We're just going to put a little of that down there. And then to balance out, we're just going to put a little here and there. This is kind of my new favorite thing to do, is mixed media. I'll put a little, so you're just kind of lifting up and putting it around. And then actually, it's okay if you get a little where it's not supposed to, like that. Actually kind of adds to the look. And you might be saying to yourself, but that's too much black and white. Ah, but wait. Sorry, I'm not talking as much as I normally would. My voice is still kind of dicey, and sometimes I get to thinking too much. Okay, we'll be done. That looks good. I'm going to plop that in there. Okay. Now, we're going to come back to this guy. And I better clean my hands better. what we're going to do next is we're going to cut these out. And this is a real heavy paper. And when I cut things out, I like to get them close up. And then I have less paper to deal with. Okay. So there's that one. There's that one. And here's this one. Okay. Now I'm going to cut, and I'm going to move the paper, not the scissors so much. And try and get on the edge. Do you see how I'm moving the paper and not the scissors? My scissors are staying stationary. I'll make sure that's dry. And I'm going to forget the antennas because they're just so tiny. And then we are going to go back right up in here and just cut down a smidge. Make it a little bit more. Okay, so there is number 1. And we're going to bend, fold. You can also take a paint brush and kind of roll over. And then we're going to glue that right there. And it's going to give it the dimension. And you don't see it near as well on the camera as you do in person. It's really pretty stunning in person that it is dimensional. And then behind a little bit of glass, it's just going to be beautiful. I'm going to have to go find the frame. I don't know if I've got one or not. I may not put it behind glass though. I may just have it in a frame. I don't know if you can hear, but my husband is watching Husker basketball. And he's up there screaming his head off. I don't know if it's good or bad. Okay, there's, oops, I missed a part. There we go. I'm going to go down in here just a smidge too. And we'll curl some of the wing. And that will set there. See why we didn't have to have the color behind? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm so ready for spring. And all the spring designs. And we have a lot of beautiful ones. So you might have missed, we had our spring summer launch. So everything is live. If you haven't looked at the catalog for a little while, you need to. There's so many beautiful things, this being one of them. And we have the most amazing deal going on this month. If you sign up for Club, you can get 5 free transfers. You can get 6 for the price of 1. And if you're an already existing Club member and you spend over $60 on the website, you too will get 5 free transfers. It is a crazy daisy deal. So be sure to take advantage. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And like I said, this is a thick paper, so it really holds its form. And I'm just bending it a bit. And then we're going to glue it. I don't have my glue heated up. But can you see here? I'm just going to hold one. Let's switch cameras here. Okay. So, I'm just going to hold one up. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to grab some skinny double-sided tape that I've got. This will work perfect for it. I love having my scrapbook supplies for chalking. Okay, so we'll put a piece on here. Getting the backing off is always the tricky part. Should have brought it over. Oh, hey, that wasn't too bad. Here, let me flip back here. So now I'm just going to put that on there. And then we'll do this one. And this guy here. And it's going to stick to me. And this one doesn't want to come off. There we go. Got it. Got it. Let's see if we can get this guy off. Come on. There we go. And because I went through this the second time with it being kind of faint, my my antennas aren't showing real great. And since I want those to show up, I'm going to get this going. I'm just going to use, well, we'll grab something else. That's getting too dry. There's so little that I can just do get in here. If you were doing this technique, it'd be smart to go ahead and wash your transfers in between, but yes, I'm lazy. this one up here. And this, my friends, is beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm going to check one more time for comments. I feel like I've done something wrong because nobody has commented. I hope when I go back and look at the live, I'll see it. Look at that. Now, I'm going to do it to the side a little bit, and you see how it's dimensional? Again, the camera will just not do it justice. But I'm either going to mount this with a frame, or I may put it behind glass. And then I'll take some pictures, and this will be up for auction for What's of Love. Isn't that so beautiful though? And you could do it all flat, and you could not do all the extra stuff if you wanted it just nice and simple. So many different ways that you could do this. But I hope you've enjoyed watching tonight, and be sure and take advantage of the club sign up if you've never signed up for Club Couture before. Take advantage if you are a club member to get all those free transfers. And if you have any questions, just reach out and message me. And of always, if you want to sample, I can, in fact, let me see if I've got that on my screen. If you text sample to 816-287-3686, it will show you how you can get a $10 sample. You also can text club to that same number, and it'll take you right to the place where you sign up for club. And there's no box to check or anything. They are just going to send you those 5 free transfers. All right. Thanks for watching tonight, guys.